All right, so we're here talking with Alan Anderson of the Toronto Raptors. And first off, Alan, I got to say, we're hoping for a speedy recovery with your plantar fascia there. We hope everything turns out for the best there.
Yeah, me too.
I bet. So I want to start off a little bit about your college days. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Tom Izzo, and how has he helped you improve your skills over your 4 years at Michigan State, both as a player and as a person?
Well, as a player, he gave me the chance. I started all 4 years at Michigan State, and I played on every venue at college level you could think of. Played in front of 80,000 fans, played point guard, played shooting guard, small forward, power forward. I played in every position, and he just instilled a lot of trust in me, and he showed my versatility, around the world, and as a person, he just gave me a lot of mental toughness. He helps a lot of his players, through that, especially, when you're going through all those tough games and, you're going through injuries and things like that, and working out in the off season and all different types of obstacles he put us through, and he talks to us about mental toughness, and he just, he instills that in you, so it's almost like, you're only as good as, you can take yourself, so nobody really should ever push you harder than you can push yourself, and even when you think you're tired, you're not tired, So
yeah.
It's almost, it's like a...
Yeah, he seems to reach out to a lot of young kids, and he stays in the college level, and he gets guys to stay for 4 years, which is pretty remarkable considering the day and age we're in. But so what kind of transition was required playing in college compared to playing at the professional level, whether it was overseas or the D-League or the NBA? Because you experienced a lot of basketball all over the place and all around the world. What kind of transition was required from college to come into a professional level?
Well, I think to me college was harder because it was just harder because you had school, you had tutoring, you had classes, you had long film sessions, you had everything, and this professional you just got basketball. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think in professional it's harder, but as far as the basketball side, I think, especially going to Michigan State, you have a lot of NBA sets. We have a lot of plays. We playing against other pros. We have a lot of Michigan State guys that played in the NBA that always come back, and we play against them. And we just had a whole nine to just getting ready for the next level. So I think once I really did, I left Michigan State and started playing in the NBA in Europe and wherever else. I think I was just always just ready for whatever was thrown at me because I felt like I've been through whatever obstacle that was
Yeah, well, that's the benefit of going to a big program with a professional level type coach there with Tom Izzo. I figured you probably, thought this was going to come up, but, recently brought up that you were mentored by Kevin Garnett, which is kind of a big deal, especially as you pointed out, you said that, when you were in high school, you have a cell phone number of an NBA player who's kind of mentoring you, keeping under your wing. Can you share a little bit about your personal relationship with Kevin Garnett and, what he means to you both as a player and as a person?
Your phone broke up. What did you say?
I was saying, can you talk to us a little bit about your relationship with Kevin Garnett? What does he mean to you both as a player and as a person?
KG, to me, especially growing up, he's the best example to look at as far as everything I just said about with Coach Izzo. On and off the court, especially on the court. I think he gets on himself harder than anybody else could ever get on him. So, you know, if the coach or whatever or anybody was to say something to him, he's not doing something, I think he already done beat himself on it. You know, how he always has to do better. So always giving 100%, always going all out, balls to the wall. And he just, you know, and he leaves everything all on the floor. I mean, and that's how he is, you know, off the court as well. I mean, he wants the best for his friends, his family. He's passionate about just life and living it to the fullest and enjoying it. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
he's the same way. He's the same way, like I said, on and off the court, man.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny because when Kevin Garnett first came to Boston, he seems to make a lot of predictions, but his predictions seem to keep coming true. So when he first came to Boston, I remember a quote by him saying, you know, if Rondo's not an all-star, I'm going to be very shocked. And, you know, sure enough, Rondo's been an all-star ever since KG showed up to town. You know, when you had to go play overseas and over in Europe and in the D-League, you know, he kind of gave you the encouragement, says, you know what, you know, you're an NBA type player. You're going to be back in this league. You know, just keep your head up and, you know, keep digging. And you know what? Sure enough, he was right. You're back in the NBA. How did Kevin's encouragement, you know, affect your mentality during your journey back to, you know, the world's best stage?
You broke up after you said, how did Kevin something?
Oh, okay. How did Kevin's encouragement to you, you know, help you, you know, mentally get back to the NBA?
Well, I mean, I knew Kevin is not the person he's not the person to just tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? Whatever he says to you, he's going to say it from his heart, and he's going to say it, you know what I mean, whether you like it or not. So, I mean, I knew if it was coming from him, it was, you know, he meant it. So, I mean, if one of the best players in the NBA is telling me, you know, I'm an NBA player, you know, I don't think he'll just, you know, be telling me that just to make me feel good, because it wasn't that type of relationship, you know what I mean? He was just he's a mentor of mine that, try to point me in the right direction, you know what I mean? And, him telling me that is, it let me know that, that I can play with, with the guys that's in the NBA, and I'm just as good at them. It's just not my time just right now. So I had to, go a different route. And sometimes you have to go a different route to get where you want to get.
Yep. No, absolutely. And my last Kevin question, I swear, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about him, and a lot of them, I should say, most people don't know who he is as a person, off the court. We see what he does on the court. But tell us one thing that people probably don't know about Kevin, that might look at him in a different light and think differently of him.
He's a jokester. Not too often you see him smiling and laughing and joking on the court, do you?
I'm saying, John Hollinger predicted you guys would have 33 wins this season, and DeMar DeRozan went on ahead and put a tweet out there, who is John Hollinger? So my question, in your personal opinion, do you think players read and follow what the media says, or do they even care what we have to say?
Sometimes. I think sometimes they do, but, I think I don't know. I can't talk for everybody. I think sometimes they do, and a majority of the time they don't, because, like I said, you can't get, and especially I learned, especially in basketball, you can't get too high, you can't get too low, because, one night you can have 2 points, and the next night you can have 33, and, some nights there'll be, this guy is playing amazing, where is this guy at, you know what I mean? So, I don't play into all of that and what the media says and all that, because at the end of the day, it's you know what you brought, you know what I mean? And they're on the outside looking in, you know what the effort, the time you put in, the late nights you go to the gym, put the extra work in. So I don't really get into what somebody else has to say about me, because I know what I'm going to do, and I know what I'm going to leave out there. So, that's their job to either be with you or against you. Hopefully it's with you, but you can't control that. You only can control yourself.
Absolutely. Now, Alan, you've earned an MVP playing, both in Croatia and for a Spanish league. Can you talk to us a little bit about your playing career overseas and, kind of how it helped you get back into the NBA?
It was a process for me because when I first left the NBA and I went overseas, it wasn't the best experience for me because I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? So
yeah, who would?
Yeah, so I had to adjust. A lot quicker than because I didn't expect to go, and then when I got there, I didn't expect to be there as long as I was. So when I got there, I just had to adjust my whole game because it's still basketball, but certain things you can do in America that you can't do in Europe. So once it took me about a year, actually half a year to adjust, and just accept, just where I was at and just try to be the best of where I was at. I think I started to play a lot better at a higher level, and I just started taking off from there. And I wasn't worried about when am I going to get back to the NBA. It was let me dominate where I'm at now, and wherever that may lead me to, then I dominate that also.
Yep, absolutely. How does the level of talent overseas compare to the level of talent in the NBA? In recent more and more, foreigners are coming over here and adapting very well to our game. Talk to us a little bit about the competition level over there that, most people on this side of the pond really want to know.
Yeah. Well, the competition level over there, I think here is because, we have college kids, the younger guys, they go to college first and they get the college experience. Then they come to the NBA, especially with the new rule. You got to be, 20 years of age or 2 years out of high school or something like that. You can't just, come right in the NBA right out of high school anymore. But over there, they start playing professional at 15, 16 years old. So by the time they hit 19, they already play 3, 4, 5 years of professional basketball. So then, then they finally come over here and they get drafted, and then they're already experienced. You know what I mean? So it's kind of different because they start a little bit earlier than us, but that helps them out to to when they get to America and the NBA, and that's why I think they are so successful. Like a Rubio type kid, he's been playing in Spain or team or something like that.
Yeah, or even your teammate Jonas Valanciunas.
Exactly.
I saw that documentary, the other Dream Team, which was fantastic. I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at that yet.
Right. So he, like I said, he started young. So and then they get over here, then they are prepared. I think that's a great thing to me. But like I said, we just have different different ways we go through our basketball careers.
Your current squad on the Toronto Raptors is an interesting bunch because it's such a lot of young talent that a lot of people are predicting so many different things for this team. But my question to you is there a player on the roster that you've kind of taken under your wing, considering that you've been around for a few years here, you've played at different levels? Is there any young guys you've kind of taken under your wing, kind of shown them the ropes?
I don't think I just probably got one pinpoint one player, but I try to talk to all the rookies and all the guys that's younger than me that are, if they're not playing or if they're not playing the minutes they want to play. We got a pretty good group where we all conversate and pick each other's brains. So like I said, I talked to the Quincy ACs, the Terrence Rosses, the Jonas, the Landry. We talk and the other guys just to make sure they appreciate everything and every time that they're getting. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it could be here today and gone tomorrow, and just try to make the best of every situation they got. That's one thing, especially with the younger guys, with a Quincy AC who's very talented, but he has other guys who are older, veterans, and better than him right now. I just tell him his time's gonna come. You know what I mean? Just make sure he's ready. And I think we're gonna, he might have to go down to the DLeague, and even then, that some guys might take that as a punishment, but they should take that as a chance to, to get in shape, to play the NBA game, and to showcase their talent to the other 30 teams also, you know what I mean? So you got to just take every chance, every experience, every game and everything you can, because you never know who's watching. And as a young player, I didn't believe that you never know who's watching, but that's really true. So you got to make sure you're always on your A game, or try to be at least.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you look at Joe Green. He has a fantastic story. You know, drafted young out of high school, and
Exactly.
didn't really grasp the game at first. You know, it was a lot to learn for him, and he bounced down the DLeague, and like you said, a lot of players will take it as punishment. But you're absolutely right. You know, take it as an opportunity to get on the court and play, and show those other 29 teams what you're made of.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you've been in Toronto for a little over a year, and I just have to say, I absolutely love the city. I've been a few times. What are some of your favorite things about the city, and some of the things you don't like about the city?
Well, I don't like that it's cold.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, I mean, the city, I like the city. I love the city. I mean, I think the fans, that they haven't been to the playoffs since, Vince Carter probably, I think.
Yeah?
I think
2003?
Yeah, but you can tell they really love their sports, you know what I mean? They're very supportive. I mean, I don't think they, with the Maple Leafs or, they had a really, a team that just, took Canada and, was like the face of their sports area here. But, I mean, they're very supportive, man. They love their sports. They love to support the Canadians. And, I mean, they're just, they want just people to play hard, and they want people to just, leave everything on the court. So, I mean, I haven't had any problems, here at all. And the food here is amazing. Everything here to me is nice. I can't complain at all.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love the city. I've been a few times, and I've had some great stories, but stories that shouldn't be told over the air out there. So I've had fun times in Toronto. So now for a few fun questions, because we're a little laid back. Just kind of one-word answers or one-person answers, and just kind of get a sense of who the Toronto Raptors are and who you are. Which teammate has the best fashion sense on the team?
Has the best fashion sense?
Who's the best dressed?
Me.
I hope the older players would be the more professionally and the better looking dressed. Which teammate of yours has the best music on his iPod?
The best music.
Like who are you cheering artists with and new songs with?
I think everybody be listening to some crazy stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Probably either John Lucas, but he listens to some crazy stuff every now and then too. Kyle. Yeah, Kyle. Kyle Lowry. I say Kyle.
Awesome. Yeah, I've actually I got to speak with John Lucas. I lived in Houston for a couple of years. I live in Boston now, but I was out in Houston for a couple of years. So I got
my house now.
Yep. It's a lovely city down there. Next question: which teammate has the best sense of humor?
The best sense of humor is Aaron Gray.
I can see that. Kind of reminds me of Brian Reeves a little bit, the Big Country.
Oh yeah, he is. Aaron is.
Which is the most competitive?
Excluding myself?
You include yourself.
I'm gonna say me and Kyle.
So always competing in everything. That's what it's about.
Always.
What was the last song you listened to on your iPod?
Last song I listened to was Anthony Hamilton.
It's funny, I asked this question to all the people I interviewed, and I just realized, I don't even listen to an iPod anymore. I use my iPhone, Spotify. And then here's my last question to you. If you could have one person sing or attend your birthday party, who would it be?
One person sing at my birthday party?
Correct.
Have Rihanna or somebody like that.
Yeah, she's got a good voice. I would probably pick Adele just for her vocals, but if you look for looks, I'd absolutely agree with you on the Rihanna situation there.